Leo, 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 Leo. Okay, Leo, this is a reading for you from Darkest Dawn Tarot. I have already pre-shuffled your cards, but I'm going to do it again. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whatever placement you wish to use it for, and cross-watchers are more than welcome. I tried to meditate on your energy, and I tried very, very hard. And all I kept doing was rubbing my wrists. Just kind of doing this thing and pushing on my palms. So I'm not entirely sure what that means just yet, but let's see what comes out card-wise, and then we can, determine from there. So I'm going to do a past, present energy spread, and we'll figure it out. Let's just get a few cards for Leo here for their past energies. Thank you. For their highest and greatest good. Future energies, please. Oh, thank you. Okay. Or sorry, that present energies is what I meant to say. We got a flipper, the Empress, and future energies, please. Any more? Okay. So the flipper, which came up on the bottom of the deck, was the Empress. Let's get these all out here. Alrighty, Rue. Wow. Well, no wonder I was doing one of these. There's a lot going on for you, Leo. In your past energies, we've got the Knight of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Hermit. So clearly some significant removal of yourself from a situation. Also, I just have to say, if you hear any little tippy tappies, I've got the door open to this room and my dog keeps coming in and out and in and out. So if you hear any of that in the background, I'm not sure how much this mic picks up in my new space here. So we'll find out. But yeah, he keeps coming in and out. So just ignore it. Dogs do dog stuff. In your present energy, we have the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups. This I like, and we'll get into that in a second. In your future energies, we have the Six of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Three of Swords. So, obviously, I am going to pull clarifiers. We have the Empress at the bottom of the deck with the Ten of Pentacles. So there is a lot within reach at the moment. I'll move this table a little closer to me. Hopefully you can see the cards a bit better. Maybe I'll push them. Oh, I'll pull them back. Okay, there we go. There is a lot within reach. There's a lot on the precipice, and I feel that now for you. And maybe this is what this is, because this could be like a nervous twitch. Doing something along these lines with your hands could be a nervous thing. And it could be because, we're coming up to your season, so you're possibly feeling the process in which this is all coming together. But your past energies are big here. This was an emotional investment. I can simply boil it down. It's an emotional investment that you are saying goodbye to in a way where you're either feeling like you're progressing from it, like you're graduating in a way, like you're pulling through it, moving forward, and therefore needing a hermit moment. Or you're completely moving on and reassessing. There's two different storylines here with this past energy, and I should say have, because it is in the past energy. The Knight of Cups is something that it's a very elusive card in a lot of ways. because pinpointing a person's emotions and where you direct them it can change day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute. And this card in particular, I feel, illustrates that in the best way possible, because he's steadfast but slow. He's not like the Knight of Swords where he's, charging. He's the horse is head down trotting along, right? So that to me says that this is, in some circumstances, it could say that it's a methodical placement of where your emotions are being directed. But in other ways, it could say that it is carefully placing your emotions. Oh, I think my lighting just changed. Oh, yeah, no, it's glitching. It's changing. Like I said, this is a new room, new setup, so we'll just see how that goes. I might get bright, I might get dim, who knows? We'll find out. We are also nearly at a Mercury retrograde, so anyway, as long as my mic's on, I think we're good. Yep, there it goes dim again. Anyway, the point is that this Knight of Cups to me is really giving off the energy of kind of scattered emotional placement. I don't think that's a negative thing by any means. I think that is a way of your intuition telling you what you need to leave behind and what you need. So you're in that in-between state and what you need to sit within yourself with. I'm going to pull a card or two on that. Yeah, again, sorry, I keep seeing my light go in and out, so just forgive me. My lighting techs are on holiday, apparently. It's summer. Jokes, just jokes. I have no lighting techs. That's the joke. It's always funnier when you explain your jokes, right? There's something about this past energy that feels like you removed yourself by choice. It was a choice. This was not a imposed upon you decision. It almost feels like, no, it exactly feels like that you finally found the capacity within yourself to remove yourself completely. You're like, no, I'm done with this. This is not happening for me anymore. I am no longer emotionally investing in this. And you'd think you'd see that with the Knight of Cups in reverse, but no. This is, I want to make space energy. I want to make space for myself. I want to make space for the things that actually do satisfy me on an emotional level. And I want to remove those that don't. But let's just clarify just for the sake. I just saw the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, this feels like a graduation. Temperance just flew out. Yeah, okay. So Temperance just flew out with the King of Pentacles in reverse and the 10 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so there was some emotional burden that was happening that you had to remove yourself from. Now, it could have been at the cost of some stability for you. So, and the Four of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. So it could be a waiting on an offer kind of situation in terms of like, just for an example, you could have left a scenario, a relationship. I feel it's more work related because the King of Pentacles came out, but you could have left a job situation or a financial opportunity or something, or whatever it may be for you, a business proposal or a business venture, something. You could have left that I feel like for some of you, it is more relationship than anything. You could have left it because it wasn't emotionally feeding you anymore, and you were happier to be on your own and be patient in that, even though it meant some instability as far as, like, I mean, a lot of you could have maybe moved out, moved back home, done that whole move back home with your parents thing because a relationship ended. But either way, it was ridding you of a burden, and it was an emotional burden. Okay, well, that's enough for the past, unless anything else comes up. I'm going to leave that alone for now because the past is done. Let's focus on the future. And what I quite like about the future and your future, why do I keep saying future? I mean present. Future's over here. I mean present energy. Jeepers. I mean, this could potentially be happening as of right now or in a couple of days. Maybe not quite yet. So it could be a little mix of both. Because past energy can be like upwards of 6 hours ago, right? But let me just give these a little shuffle and let's clarify that present energy, which is the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups. So going from this emotional leaving to a present emotional new beginning, which is what the Ace of Cups represents, it is likely that maybe some of you two things. Maybe some of you left an emotional comfort zone over here. I just saw the Page of Swords and the Five of Cups. In order to find your new start on an emotional level. For a fire sign, this is a very emotional reading. But, okay, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Let's just clarify this. Or this is reminiscent of something that, like, this feels like a repeat cycle. This past energy feels... Really? I just got the Knight of Cups again. Any more? Thank you. Any more? Okay. Yes. Wow, what is this one? So, clarifying all of this. Okay, I'm going to have to talk for a while about this. I thought this was going to be like a quick 15-minute read, but obviously it's not. So, clarifying the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups in your current energy, you have yet again the Knight of Cups, then the High Priestess came out, then the Ace of Cups again, the Three of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. So, all right, pull up a seat, Leo. Here we go. This energy is insanely driven by your heart, your feelings. There is no other, but it's coming from a place of an overwhelming gut feeling. Like, I feel like some of you might have even had something along the lines of, I mean, you could call it an awakening or a moment of clarity, but it's coming through in a very visceral way. An incredibly visceral way. I feel like some of you asked where to put these feelings. You had your little hermit moment, and in that time, and you took your patience with the temperance, and in that time you went, where do I place these feelings? And a perfectly normal thing to do for people is to revert back to past times that they felt these ways, and or this particular way, and maybe reach out to friends or business partners, depending on who you are, depending on how this relates to you, how this resonates, and reintroduce a new or maybe an old business plan and see if they wanted to collaborate again. But this time maybe timing is right for it. That's one scenario, but you felt compelled to do so. But I really do feel that this is with the Queen of Pentacles under there and the Six of Pentacles, this was we are in a retrograde too, so there's that. I feel like maybe a lot of you are having this what is it, 10, 13, having this recognition again and revisiting something that happened a very long time ago, and you're approaching it with fresh eyes with someone that you've known for a very long time. Very likely could be a sibling or a family member. Some of you could be having very emotional reunions with a family member. Okay, there's so many things coming through. Can you just give me one clear message, please? Thank you. It is revisiting a past, gosh, when they come in so fast, I can't speak properly. A past passion project. That could be a relationship for those of you, because there is a lot of love here on the table, and there is a lot of where you invest your waters, and along lines with work as well. So some of you could be reconnecting with old business partners, but I think more specifically, I think some opportunity is coming back around, something that didn't work out once upon a time. So maybe you tried 10 years ago or 9 years ago, in along those lines, to pursue something, whether it be, like I said, a relationship or something else, and it felt right at the time. You felt like you had this massive connection to it. But it just didn't work out. You're starting anew with that. And this time it's going to be balanced and equal and way more abundant and lead to success than it was previously. Is there anything else on that? Sorry, my light keeps doing this thing. I know I keep apologizing for it, but it keeps bothering me, actually. It's just like 1 minute I'm blinded, the next minute it's nice and lovely. Is there anything else? Yeah, they're not quite showing their faces yet, but I've got the King and Queen of Pentacles underneath these decks. So this is something that has been growing for a while, and that's what the Six of Cups has been giving me. It's something that whether consciously or subconsciously you've been nurturing. I think it's more one of those things that, like, it's always been in the back of your mind subconsciously, but every now and then it pops up again. Maybe it's been happening in your dreams. Maybe it's been coming through in your dreams again. That's actually because with the Wheel of Fortune here and the High Priestess, I feel that now finally timing is right for whatever this thing is. And I'm trying to find better words than a passion project, but it feels like something that you've been driven to do. You felt driven and compelled to do for a very long time, but you had to remove yourself from something else in order to create the space. You had to have your little hermit mode. You had to be patient. You had to heal, because that is the Temperance. I'm starting to get chills. So yes, we are working through this mystery together here. Do I need to pull more cards? No, because I need to move on to this, because whatever it is this healing? Whether this is currently what it feels like is healing or not, it will lead to healing, because that's in your future energies, the Six of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Three of Swords. This is going to, I'm not going to lie to you, Leo, it feels like it's going to bring up some stuff, because there is a lot of past elements here, maybe some stuff you ignored, but none of it is negative. It's leading to stability. It's something that I feel was you aimed for a long time ago, and yet you were unable to accomplish. That's what the energy feels like to me. But now this time around, because the reason why it didn't work last time is because the timing just wasn't right. So good on you for attempting it again. That's huge. Not a lot of people do that. Sometimes they see a failure as that's it. That's the end of the road. Never going to go back down that one again. You know? But I think there's some healing that needs to happen within this. Yeah, I'm going to use this deck again. I really want to know what this exactly is. With all the cups on the table, I'm not getting huge relationship vibes. I'm not. I mean, I am to a degree. For some of you, that might be the case. But it feels more than that. This feels internal. This might be something I need to pull an oracle card on. Actually, I haven't pulled an oracle card in my reading in a long time. But it feels like I might have to. But let's just clarify this future energies for you. Oh, and just so everyone knows, shortly I will be starting doing extended readings. So at the moment I am trying to keep my readings short so I can get as many out as possible, as I am a busy lady, as we all are. So yes, so look forward to that. And please do all that, like, share, subscribe stuff if this is resonating with you, all the fun YouTube things, to help me grow the channel, so that way I can get to the point where I have the time and I can step away from other things in my life. But no, there's definitely a letting go of a burden. That is the massive thing. And that was a conscious choice. That was a conscious emotional choice. And I don't feel like it came from anything extreme. It could have, but I don't feel like it did. I think it came from simply recognizing what your own power is and what you're worth. I think that's where, there we go, there are the chills. You had a recognition of what you are worth. Oh, I love when I get confirmation. You had a recognition of what you're worth, and that is leading you to these things that maybe you ignored once upon a time, or dismissed. I shouldn't say ignored or dismissed. I mean, they both work. You dismissed because your confidence wasn't there. Okay, took me 23 minutes, hit the nail on the head. Your confidence wasn't there. Your faith was not there. That's why Temperance showed up. That's why the Wheel of Fortune and the High Priestess came in. And that's why I've got double cards here. Your confidence wasn't there. And you weren't trusting in the divine to help you and guide you. But again, with the Wheel of Fortune, it just wasn't the right time. So whatever dream, it's like I said, it's probably been coming to you in your dreams. It's probably been a bit nagging, honestly. But let's see what the outcome is here. Let's see what the future energies are. Clarify the future energies, please, for Leo. Anything else? Oh, 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which is right underneath the Empress at the bottom of this deck. And then I have the 7 of Cups, the Death card, and the Magician. All right. massive transformation, massive healing. And I mean that in all the positive ways. This is not, do not take this as a negative in any way, shape, or form. I know the death card can freak a lot of people out, but that is not what this is. This is the birth of a new Leo. This is getting through this insecurity, whatever this was in the past, which you've done on your own with a little bit of divine intervention, and you've recognized it and the help that you've been given. And now you're moving forward and you're closing out that cycle entirely. My legs are now getting chills. I am covered in chills, guys. And that is my confirmation. Yeah, you might get some pushback from people in your life. Okay. I saw the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Wands, but you're going to stand your ground because this is new you. The world is changing. The planets are in your favor. You're coming into your season. The 6 of Wands is your success and your help. I'm going to pull a card on this still, but this Wheel of Fortune is your help. And what it's doing is it's opening up. It's opening up all possibilities for you. Anything's going to be possible for you now from an emotional standpoint because you're ridding yourself of oh, sorry, I'm adjusting to this table. You're ridding yourself of this negative self-talk that caused you to close in and remove yourself and remove you from the divine and the things that are present for you and not filling your cup on your own. So this, I love seeing this because your manifestation powers are insane right now because you're closing out, like I said in the beginning, making space. You took all of this and the eight of cups stood out because you're making space. I freaking love this. And you're taking the rest you need. You're meditating, the 4 of Swords, the Magician, and the Death card. You're making that space and you're connecting your heart with your head. You're doing a classic Leo thing where you're practically applying all this water to your cognition and to your emotion. You're finally able to see it clearly and get yourself through the clouds, and you're opening up so many possibilities for yourself by doing so. Okay, I'm going to use these tiny little ones because I like my tiny little ones, and I'm going to use them because I want to see what that Wheel of Fortune is about. And also what I like is what's on the horizon for you is that 10 of Pentacles. And I do have to say, which is your legacy, your stability, all those great things, right? That's the abundance. What I do have to say though about it, look at all this major arcana. Yeah, you're listening to the divine. Sorry, I got distracted by the Magician here, so I went on a different. What I like about all this major arcana is it's all the major arcana that are guiding you through this, and you finally understand that, you finally see it, which is amazing, and you recognize that you have the tools and you have the ability to close out what you don't want. If you don't want something in your life anymore, yes, you can walk away from it, but you can ask for the help, and you know that. That's what this realization is. You can ask for the help to heal. You can ask for the help to step away from it. You can ask for the clarity of choice that you need. Yep, got more chills. Just got more chills. So you can be that abundant empress. Okay. Show me this Wheel of Fortune, please. Show me this Wheel of Fortune. Thank you. Yeah, and the Hermit at the bottom. Okay, with the 6 of Pentacles, which we had over here again. And the 8 of Swords. Yeah, you were waiting on this time. I feel like you were begging for this time from past energies. You were sitting there going, when's it my turn? When's it my turn? Well, look, Leo, it's your turn. It looks like it's your freaking turn. And with everything, with every action, there's an opposite and negative reaction. Was it positive and negative reaction? Or whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. With every action, there's an opposite, an equal reaction. There we go. I figured it out at some point. I remember going to school. So that's what this outcome is, right? And I'm going to pull another card on that as well. I'm going to use this deck. But, yeah, it feels to me like the world will be your oyster at this point. And any moving forward, I should say, because of what's happening here. But you've just been waiting on this, when's it my turn? When's it my turn? Well, now the divine has intervened and said, yeah, it's your turn now. You just had to be patient, and thank you for being patient. That's what the temperance is in your past. Thank you for being patient. It's my turn now. It's Leo's turn now. And just in time for your birthday. And I've got 10 of Pentacles here twice with the Empress. Yeah, you've been waiting and asking. Sorry, I got a mint in my mouth. I got mint in my mouth. A little mint lemon water here from my garden. Okay, one more for advice. Actually, a couple more for advice, please. Give me 3 for advice. Whoop. Okay. Love it. Thank you. That's amazing. Okay. 3 of Swords at the bottom. So yes, a lot of healing still. A lot of that has to go on. But the reason why I was giggling. And this is advice, so remember this. I've got the 6 of Cups in reverse, which is in your present energy, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords, with the 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and the King of Pentacles underneath it. So, before anyone freaks out, because there is nothing to freak out about, because that's not what this energy is about, the 6 of Cups in reverse means let the past lie. Especially because it showed up in your present energy. Accept it, heal from it, use it. Don't forget to use it and move forward, but leave it alone. Don't let it do this to you again in the past. Don't sit there going, when's it my turn? It's your turn now. It's happening. So capitalize on it. The 9 of Pentacles is proving that you have worked your buttocks off for this opportunity and you deserve it, and the universe is in your corner. Excuse me. And with the 5 of Swords, yeah, you're going to piss some people off. They're not going to like it. But don't let your ego come in. And this is a classic, sorry to say, but Leo thing. You know, sometimes it's not just a Leo thing. It's an every sign thing. We all have ego. Sometimes it's easy to sit there and go, oh, well, what about me? Yeah, well, sometimes it is accurate to say that. It's 100% accurate to say that. Queen of Wands, the Sun, the Moon, and in my mind, I was trying to clarify your future energies. Yeah, this is where this advice comes in. Don't let people knock on your ego. Don't. Where they're going, oh, why isn't Leo doing that? I can't find better words. I wish I could find better words right now. Sorry about that. But no, you're going to be well balanced and very attractive and magnetic, and it is going to cause people to have this jealousy. So all this 5 of Swords is warning you, and this 3 of Swords is don't be hurt by other people's jealousy. Because they're going to see you succeed and get into this Empress energy, because the 9 of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy. So just keep running with it. You're going to be healing in the process. I'm not saying that this process is going to be overly comfortable, but it looks really, really good. And when I say it's not going to be overly comfortable, I mean that letting go of things is difficult, right? Letting go of any issue or any situation or any especially long-term emotional standing stuff that has not been hasn't been addressed, or maybe you thought you fully addressed, or it could crop up again. That is all challenging. But just stay focused on your manifestations and recognize that it is now your turn. it is your turn. So whatever you've been doing, whatever you are working on letting go of, whatever you've harbored and gone inside with and meditated on and removed yourself from and created a safe space for yourself emotionally to refill your cup with and connect with Source, that's why they have answered your call. That's why Source and the universe has answered your call and giving you the power to close out whatever you want, heal however you need, and call in whatever you desire. That is the takeaway. And balance your shadow self, your light and your dark, and become the most attractive version of yourself possible. And succeed in it. 6 of Wands. But yeah, is it going to piss some people off? Sure. But that doesn't matter. Are they you? No. As long as you don't hurt anyone or yourself in your pursuit of happiness, then you are doing the right thing. So just be kind to yourself, be kind to everyone else, and this ascension that is happening for you, that you've been waiting on for a very long time, will happen. Again, probably not easily. We all need to work hard at these things, but 10 of Pentacles. Don't worry about the outside noise. Just be kind to yourself and others. And trust your intuition. That's the biggest thing. You've worked really hard to fill your own cup, Leo. Really hard. And the universe is doubling down on that. So good for you. I'm proud of you. All right, I'm going to leave it here. I love you, and we'll talk soon. Please like, share, subscribe, and all that stuff so I can keep offering these wonderful messages for you guys. That is how you can help fill my cup. Love you. Talk to you soon.